Hello, and thank you for joining us on this special edition of Business and Beyond. I'm Julie Wheeler, President and CEO of BBB Serving Western Virginia. For families, back-to-school season brings excitement, apprehension, fresh routines, and plenty of questions. But behind every successful school year is an entire community working together, from educators and healthcare providers to nonprofits supporting families every step of the way. We spoke with the people helping children succeed before school starts, inside the classroom, and even after the final bell.
A new school year always brings a sense of possibility. For students and families, it's a fresh start filled with new experiences, new opportunities, and new goals. For the educators, healthcare professionals, and community partners who support them, it's a chance to help every child succeed from day one.
We're excited to have their students back. That's the number one message. They're the reason we do this, and so a school without them is very quiet and lonely.
Long before students take their seats in the classroom, the foundation for a successful year is already being built at home, in neighborhoods, and through the people working every day to support local families. It's a collaborative effort that starts well before the first day of school. That includes in the school districts themselves, where superintendents across Southwest Virginia, like Dr. Jessica Cromer with Floyd County Public Schools, are preparing to make this year the best one yet.
I know in Floyd, all of our schools would love to give families a tour, tell them a little bit about their school community, give them a personal welcome and help their student feel ready to start. But then to be successful, definitely just keeping that communication open, communicating with the school with attendance. Our teachers are hopefully going to be very good at communicating with our families, and so we want that to be a reciprocal relationship, and so that our families and teachers are talking very regularly and can stay abreast of needs on both ends and really work together, because it is a true partnership as we try to educate and take care of their most precious commodity. I know we all like to get new clothes and new book bags and the school supplies, and those things they're important, but the main thing is that routine. I know in my house we're staying up late, and so we're gonna have to start moving that bedtime back because it's gonna be a long day, and their brains from growing and just learning all day, they're very tired that first week. So getting a jump on the routines, getting a jump on that positive mindset that, hey, we're looking forward to this. It's going to be a great year, and if not, that we're already making contacts with the school. It's like, hey, my child's really anxious. They're not worried. They're not excited about this. What can we do? Let the school know. I know in Floyd, we're small enough that we would love to know that, and we can get that student as soon as they get to school that day and make sure that they have a really strong start to the year.
Schools aren't the only ones preparing. Doctors like Dr. Amanda Tiffany with Carilion Children are also encouraging families to check in before students return to the classroom.
Far more important than just school supplies are kids getting back into the swing of their normal routine. From everything of, yes, getting up in the mornings and getting off to school, to just getting back into the routine of being around their friends, and also their academics. We love to see children every year just to continue to monitor their growth, provide appropriate anticipatory guidance. But our big ones that we always want to see, we would need to see those rising kindergartners, right? If they've not already completed their vaccinations, they're probably due for a couple. The 11-year-olds, same thing, that transition to middle school does require vaccination updates, but also just a big life change. Moving from elementary to middle school comes along with a lot of guidance that they need to, how do I traverse the layout of my friend group? How do things change academically? How much more responsibility do they carry? And then those high schoolers. So we definitely have recommendations for rising seniors to receive meningitis vaccines to keep them safe and healthy. And in order to do that, we prep them at those visits.
Preparing for the school year doesn't end after that doctor's visit. Staying healthy once students return to the classroom is just as important.
Most of what we see after kids go back are viral illnesses that show up. The fall is ripe for them. So it starts a lot with, yes, like you just said, the coughing and the sneezing, and then they touch something and they touch their friend and then they touch themselves. So their hands, their face, their nose is definitely the way where we see most of these viral illnesses show up. By far, our number one recommendation is please cover your coughs and sneezes with your elbow if possible. Wash your hands afterwards, which yes, my 6-year-old very much still struggles with. And if I can, I tell even the teenagers, don't touch your eyes or your nose or your mouth, because that's where bacteria and viruses get in. So if you can keep from touching your face, you're actually going to decrease the likelihood that you get sick pretty well.
Another good habit she recommends is a healthy sleep routine. She says making that switch early is crucial.
I think one of the best things that people have to realize is you will not be able to flip your sleep routine in 1 to 2 days. So you cannot fix it over a weekend. I have always given the suggestion of back your get up time by about 30 minutes and do the same with your bedtime routine by about 30 minutes. Do that same timing for a couple of days and then do it again. If you've got a teenager who's not going to bed until 2 a.m., they need to reverse that now, starting now, not waiting until the night before school. And it's difficult. We understand you want to enjoy your time away. However, we don't want to be showing up to school still bleary-eyed because we've not been asleep since 2 a.m.
Meanwhile, organizations like CHIP of the Roanoke Valley are also helping families get ready for the new school year.
At the core of what we do, we are an early childhood home visiting service. So we were founded in 1988 by a pediatrician who saw a need in the community for children that didn't have equal access to health care, and that's what we're here to do.
Tiffany Dennis, Major Gifts Officer with the organization, says,
You know, if you're not from America, if you just moved here, navigating the healthcare system is really difficult. It's difficult for people that were born and raised here in America. So that's really what our staff do. They make sure they're getting to these appointments. They're setting them up with a doctor that they can see on a regular basis instead of going to the ER. We have mental therapy on site. We have a therapist that's licensed that does play therapy and talk therapy for adults. We have dental clinics that we host twice a month for our families, and those services are actually open to older kids and older adults in the home. So we're really looking at whole family health and not just child. To have a healthy child, you gotta have the healthy family to go with it.
with prices going up more than ever, they are doing what they can to alleviate some of the pressure.
Every year things get more expensive. People face things like maybe they don't have transportation to go to Walmart to get their school supplies. So it's really great for, these resources, especially events like back to school events, because a bunch of resources come to one place for them. So it's just one trip they have to make. They don't have to do multiple trips. And it's just good to know they exist because they know they're not alone. They don't have to do this alone. It really does take a village to make this work. There are these resources. It makes going back to school less stressful for the parents and for the kids. Growing up, kids can take on that stress, and we see that here at CHIP. So the parents are like, all right, you know what? We got these back to school events. We can get our school supplies. We don't have to worry about finding the money, getting the transportation necessarily. So it just really overcomes a lot of those barriers that we see in healthcare as well.
Those back-to-school events are just one part of CHIP's mission. The organization also works with families year-round to help children arrive at school ready to learn.
So early intervention is kind of the key. So making sure that there's a focus on literacy. Our employees take a book on every home visit. So last fiscal year, we did 2,800 home visits. So that's at least 2,800 books. Plus, they usually take 2 going into the home. And so they're learning to read, they're learning to bond with their parent or their guardian. We help with getting enrolled in preschool, so they're helping, navigate that system, especially for our families where the parents don't speak English. So they have somebody kind of advocating for them to get into preschool, and just making sure, our family case managers are doing developmental screenings, making sure they're hitting these milestones, and if they're not, what can we do? And a kind of a partnership, with our families to get them to where they need to be so they're ready to go to school and they're going to be set up for success.
With the groundwork in place, schools are ready to welcome students back for a new year of learning. Teachers are ready to help them grow and succeed, especially as standards of learning increase across the Commonwealth.
Teaching and learning is our number one goal and our number one driver, but having that bar raised gives a little more intensity to what we're doing in the classroom every day and how hard we're working with specialists and getting student support structures and systems in place to be sure that every student has a chance to meet that new expectations. The changing society, our society is changing so fast with all the tools as we're trying to prepare students to be ready for the workforce, and the workforce is changing so quickly. So trying to be innovative and flexible in that is always a challenge. We're really excited with some of the work we're doing with career-connected learning in our division, so that helps drive us, but it's a constant moving target, just like our instructional goals are now now as well.
Part of that preparation means understanding the tools and technologies that students will use, while also making sure they develop the skills that cannot be replaced.
Higher expectations are definitely a trend. Technology is, I think, from now on going to be impacting it, and it's very much that balance of what do you turn over to technology and what is best with a human. And thankfully we have a lot of great humans here in Floyd that we really prioritize relationships, and so we think that we do a good job of balancing that. So they're not on devices all day, they're working with their classmates, they're working with their teacher. That collaboration is really important to us because that's going to be a skill that technology cannot teach. So yeah, that's a big trend is always keeping with that balance, a healthy balance of preparing our students for the future, but keeping them grounded and able to utilize their own skills in critical thinking, creativity, conflict resolution, collaboration, all of the things that are going to be useful no matter what technology is in front of them.
As educators look ahead, they say the future of learning will also depend on understanding that every student learns differently.
Really, there's a lot of attention to more personalized learning, and so each student is getting what they need instead of broad brushing and everyone gets this, and if they can't meet it, that's fine. They'll have to find a way to make it. We really are seeing a more personalized approach with a lot of small group instruction, individual instruction, and that's a difficult balance as well when you have a class of 20 students and how to make sure that all 20 of them get exactly what they need. But we're managing, and I think that's a trend that's going to continue to be a focus. Is every student is unique and certainly an individual that has specific needs, but balancing that between the needs of the whole class and the need of everybody to be at a certain level.
When the final bell rings, the school day may end, but opportunities to connect continue. For many students, those hours after school are just as important as the ones spent in the classroom.
That part of child care, the before and after school, is important because it helps the parents to be able to have the time to prepare and to participate in providing for their families and to be able to go to work and to not worry about where their children are during that time, and to make sure that they're in an environment where they are taken care of and protected by loving, caring adults.
Marissa Womack is the CEO of Boys and Girls Club of the Blue Ridge in Martinsville.
Our mission is to enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. And so we do take that mission into consideration throughout the year as we schedule activities in every endeavor that we take on. Through the year, the after-school programming, we have 7 sites in Martinsville and Henry County. So we are definitely more than a child care setting. Although we hold child care licenses for our elementary and pre-K site, we invest in youth development professionals, and so they get training. We are supported through Boys and Girls Club of America, who provides evidence-based programs such as Triple Play and Power Hour. That's where we introduce our tutoring programs. We are supported through 21st Century Funding, that helps us, again, on the academic side of things, to help expand our tutoring offerings. And it is a safe place where kids can come and get mentored and create positive relationships with adults, to get taught that character and leadership skills and how to go out into the community and give back. There are so many things that we teach here that you wouldn't get in just a regular daycare center.
Part of that support means making sure students have the tools they need to keep up academically, even after the school day ends. That can be especially true for non-traditional families who are looking for outside help to aid in their child's success.
A lot of the population of kids that we serve, they are being taken care of by grandparents. And so the component of where they are able to get the homework assistance after school is really big. We are fortunate enough to, in all of our schools, we hire licensed teachers who are willing to stay after school to help in that tutoring space. They either have a licensed teacher or a paraprofessional who are qualified tutors who know how to assist during the homework time. and that is helpful. The schools that we serve in are also great in partnering to make sure that we give the parents and the kids the resources that they need to bridge those gaps so that we can help to know what tests are coming up and how to support the kids in, building skills.
Every student's path is unique, but one thing remains the same. Children do their best when they know they're supported. That includes with their mental health.
Everybody needs coping skills. Students, teachers, children, adults, everyone needs to understand how to cope with what's going on. And so even if it's just the stress of a busy routine, it's really helpful to say, okay, here's the things I can do to make myself feel better. Whether that's listening to music, whether that's writing it down in a journal that nobody reads, whether it's writing it down and then tearing it into a bunch of tiny pieces and throwing it away. You want to make sure that your child has the right tools to deal with their own emotions. And those aren't easy, but they're out there. You can find a list, you can do a quick, ChatGPT or Google search and very quickly find what are some possible, coping skills for my child. And it's not going to be that everything works the same for every person, but if you can find and establish even just a handful that your child can consistently use, that's going to provide them a good working toolbox to be able to reach into there and support themselves before they get to one of us.
We are busy. I think we prioritize busy. We glorify it a little too much probably in our current society. But it is also important for students to learn balance of their schedules and to take advantage of the opportunities that some of these extracurriculars provide. We know that clubs and athletics provide a lot of skills to students that are going to be necessary for them to be successful adults, but they also provide interest. I think it's important for families to offer that, to give students avenues outside of school for formal learning to see how learning can take place in all areas, but just maintaining that balance of if you're out of the house every night of the week and not having any downtime, that can have alternative effects that may not be as positive. So it's again finding that balance of you want them to experience things, to learn things in a different environment, but not be burnt out on life by the time they're 15.
The responsibility of helping children succeed does not belong to one person or one place. It's a shared commitment, one that grows stronger when an entire community invests in its youngest members.
I think it's a lot to ask one organization to do it all. It's a lot on the staff, it's a lot for the funding. So, we have great partnerships. Virginia Tech School of Carilion Medicine, we have students that write grants on behalf of our food box program that's behind you in that room there. They saw a need, especially when RCPS Plus went. A lot of families don't have as much resources to get food in the summer. So they said, hey, let's address this. Our family case manager nurses, they take those boxes out on home visits, and they're from Feeding Southwest, so that's one partnership in itself. I don't think it's possible without everybody having a hand in it. One organization can't do everything, but when we come together, we accomplish that community aspect and just, trying to make sure we have resources kind of in one place.
We cannot do what we do without the support and the recognition of our community. So it means everything, but the school systems are awesome. They do not have to allow us into their doors, and they do with open arms. And I am so grateful that we have been able to maintain those relationships for years. So I feel like we are bouncing back from COVID that season. And because we did our attendance went down. And now we are definitely rebuilding, and so we are seeing the need for young people and parents to stay connected to the community and to be more involved. And so as those numbers are increasing, we just want to encourage them to just continue to be involved in what's going on outside of their homes, so that the kids can be well-rounded. And so that they can also get those skills that they need in order to be productive.
I think we're all probably working towards the same things. We want, first and foremost, we want to educate students so that they can have the best chance at a successful future. And success doesn't always mean, a high-paying job. That they can find something they love, be trained to be good at it, and be able to support themselves and have a happy life. And I think that's what we're all rooting for and shooting for is we're preparing these students and setting them up for a successful future. And for us, I'd say we probably have the same means of achieving that. We're trying to work with our communities. We're trying to hire good people and keep them. We're trying to also focus on our climate and make school a place where staff and students want to be.
Love the opportunity that we have. Parents have a great touch point in really any community that you're in order to find a provider that's a good fit. Now, it doesn't always mean that the first person you see is your favorite, and that's okay, and we can all handle that. Carilion themselves has had, at least in the past, in clinics in our high schools. And so in order to meet our students where they are, it's helpful to be able to say, your parent doesn't have to take off time from work in order to get you to the doctor. We'll bring them to you. They definitely order or offer sports physicals during the summer months in order to get all of those athletes ready, though we would rather see them in the clinic for a regular well visit and get their sports physicals taken care of there. But when that doesn't work from a schedule perspective, they're able to offer those clinics.
It takes educators, families, healthcare providers, and community partners working together to create that foundation where every child can grow and learn. Because when a community comes together for its children, the possibilities are endless.
I have been in many conversations in the community and with other Boys and Girls Club, even Boys and Girls Club of America, looking at this area to see what population of kids we are not serving. And it really comes down to finding the resources for after-school programming, advocating. The easiest thing is for parents to talk to their principals to ask if they can have a Boys and Girls Club in their school. Once we know there's interest and there isn't any other conflict, we're happy to go. And as long as there is some way to funnel in some resources to help sustain and at least have a great start so that we can fundraise and we can bring, draw the attention of other community partners, we are happy to set up shop and serve kids.
I feel fortunate to work here. We have so many great partnerships, so we're connecting our families with these community partners that will probably be in their life longer than we are. They age out, but some families we've had for 10 plus years because they have another child and then they just enroll that child. So it's been great to see people grow up, but we really just love seeing when people find their success and meet their goals. So I think the biggest thing is if you need help, don't be afraid to ask because we're here to give it and we're happy to give it.
We really prioritize relationships and communication, and that would be my message for parents and schools. Prioritize building a relationship both ways, communicating both ways. We're human, and that's what sets us apart from other species is our ability to communicate and form relationships. And so I think if we did a little more focus on those two things, I think communication would be clearer and people might understand where some are coming from, and that relationship would get stronger. And there's always going to be disagreements, but I think you can work just about anything out.
I think sometimes one thing that gets overlooked is just the absence. So when you've been used to being home or you've been used to your routine, it looks very different. And so while your older children may not come out and say they miss you, the 5-year-old certainly will, and there is a lot of that, right? A lot of that separation, a lot of those kindergarten drop-off and tears on both accounts. But your teenager or your adolescent might miss you differently and are going to communicate it a lot differently. So being in tune to the idea that there might be some separation there that's affecting them, I think is really important and sometimes doesn't get talked about because it's not that they're anxious, but they maybe just miss that they don't have as much time with their family, with their friends, and sometimes with themselves. All you get to tell that kindergartner, all you get to tell that 11-year-old or 12-year-old middle schooler, that high schooler is you're gonna have a great day. I can't wait to hear all about the things you did today, the things you mastered, the people you met. I'm so excited for you, and I will be at home waiting for you, whether that's getting off the bus, picking you up in the car rider line. I'll be here. Your grown-up's always gonna come back. Your grown-up's always gonna show up. I'll be here, and I can't wait to hear about it. Save the crying for the car, as the grown-up.
With a new school year on the horizon, these organizations want families to know they're ready to help students take on the year ahead.
The great thing about school is we get so many new starts, so many new starts. Not just new school year, we have new semester, new grading period, new week. And so enter this year with an open mind that you have some goals in your head that you want to achieve, and go after them. Don't let, if last year wasn't as positive as you liked it to be, what do you need to do? Who can help you? There's plenty of adults that want to help you succeed. And so finding one to reach out to help you on that if necessary, but come in with that open mind and that willingness to try something new and to go at it a different way to make it successful.
You can always make a comeback. It doesn't matter what shape or what situation that you seem to be in. Humans are powerful when they use their God-given rights to care about one another and to and protect the vulnerable populations. And when people care enough to do that, then you can see the impossible happen. That is the shocking factor for me. I have seen things come into fruition and things happen that it was, how in the world are we going to do this? How? But people are still loving and caring and kind and giving, and that is reassuring. And that is enough to help me push forward and keep dreaming and to be able to have a vision, because I know that component is there in the community.
I think we all probably need to give each other a little grace. Your student, yourself, the teachers, your school administrators, everybody is probably doing their best. And as long as that's the case, we're all gonna be okay. Even if the first day doesn't go exactly the way everyone planned, even if your kid's not wearing the right shoes, or they didn't let you brush their hair, or they get to school and they forget something, it's still going to be all right. So we can rinse and repeat and try again tomorrow, because you've got the next 10 months to send your kid to school every day. But truly, we put so much pressure, not on just ourselves, but also on the kids. And as everyone starts to feel more anxious and more overwhelmed, no one's their best self. So if we can, what we really should do is just take a big deep breath, recognize that we're all gonna get through it together. And if that's where we start from, usually the end of the day is a whole lot nicer.
I'm not direct service staff, but our staff inspired. Like if I ever feel uninspired, I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm like, let me go on a home visit. And our families inspire me. They're some of the strongest people that I've met and had the pleasure to get to know, because life throws them curveballs and they're like, you know what? We're gonna make it work. We're gonna find a way to make it work. What can I do to make things better? So honestly, it's the families drive me, because they are so strong. They're some of the strongest people that I've got to meet, and they need help, and that's okay. But if we weren't here, they would still make it work. So I'm just glad we can alleviate a little bit of the burden for them, introduce them to new community resources, and just, we walk alongside them. We're not in front of them telling them what to do or behind them pushing them. We're right there with them, walking together.
And everybody's trying their best. It's 2026 is crazy, and everybody's trying their best. And so we're gonna assume that they've made this decision or had this action, and we're gonna work with them to try to figure it out. And there's always a focus, the pendulum swings all the time. More accountability, less accountability. Online textbooks, physical textbooks. Like some of that stuff it comes and goes with the territory, but the overall goal is the same. We just want the best for our young people so that they can have a better upbringing and better future than we have. We want each generation to be better.